Hello students, welcome to the online learning session for business studies. Today we are going to start with a new chapter, chapter 3, that is business environment. Now you all know that before we start any chapter, we first look into the learning objectives, that what are the topics that we actually have to cover over here. So we will be doing about the business environment. In business environment, the first thing we'll be learning about the meaning, the features, importance and dimensions of business environment. Clear? Dimensions are actually classifications or categorizations of business environment, right? After that, we have a topic in our syllabus, that is demonetization. So we will be learning about the meaning and features of demonetization as well. After that, we need to learn about LPG. Now this LPG is not the gas cylinders that we use at our home. This LPG stands for liberalization, privatization and globalization. What is that? Why was it made? We will be learning while we do the topic. After that, we will understand the impact of government policy changes on business, and then what response did the business do to the business environment. Clear? So these are basically few 5-6 topics that are prescribed to us as per our CBSE guidelines. So we will be strictly following this. Now let us move to our first topic of discussion, and it says business environment. Now what is business environment? It refers to the forces. Now forces means what? See, forces means the economic forces, the social forces, political factors, technological factors affecting the business environment. Clear? And also the institutions as in the suppliers, customers, competitors. Clear to you? Okay. So these forces and institutions, they are basically outside the firm, and also they are beyond the control of the business enterprise. These business enterprise cannot control these forces. These business enterprise cannot control these institutions also. But look at the catch. Even though it is beyond the control of the business enterprise, these forces or these institutions, they tend to affect the performance of that particular business enterprise. Clear? In order to make your concept more clear, just understand, suppose a business is operating. This is a business, okay? Operating in the environment. Now this is surrounded by so many people. Few suppliers, the creditors, isn't it? The government, the consumers. So business environment actually refers to the forces or institutions which is surrounding this business. Understood now? A business is operating in a particular environment, in a particular state, and that business is surrounded by many factors and many forces. Those factors, those forces, those institutions, those individuals, they all are combined and called as the business environment. Okay, and those business environment will have a direct impact on the business. That means whatever environment the business is surrounded by, it will affect the business enterprise. Clear? Maybe in a positive way, maybe in a negative way. So it is very important for the business to understand its environment. Okay, for the business it is very important to understand what factors is it surrounded by. Okay, clear to you? Now next line, the members must deal with it to achieve the organizational purpose. So the members need what? The members need to deal with it. It means the business environment, the business forces, the business institutions to achieve the organizational purpose. That means the factors around the businesses cannot be ignored. We need to face it, we need to deal with it if we want to achieve our organizational goals. So this I have already told. Forces are what, institutions are what. Now it provides constraint as well as opportunities for the businessman. Just now I told that the business environment affects the business, maybe in a positive way. If it affects in a positive way, then it brings opportunities. And if it affects in a negative way, that means it is providing some kind of constraint or restrictions, not allowing the business to operate properly. For example, there is a technological change. Now that because of that technological change, the business is not able to operate in a smoother way that it used to operate before. So what is that particular change bringing? It is bringing a constraint for that particular business. That technological change has brought a constraint, has brought a restriction in the operation of the business. Clear to you? So that was all about the business environment. Now let us come down to the features. Point number 1. What does the feature says? It is a totality of the external forces. Now totality means it consists of the sum total. Sum total means the full total of what? Of all the forces, factors which are external to a business firm. Now to understand this better, we can say business environment comprises of all the suppliers plus the customers plus the government plus the competitors plus the media, isn't it? So the total of everything that a business is surrounded by, that is actually the business environment. So it is the totality. Totality means it is the sum of the external forces. Clear? Next point, the specific and the general forces. See what it is written? It's written that the business environment includes both specific forces and general forces. Now specific forces are what? Specific forces influence or affect the business directly, whereas the general forces affect the business indirectly. Now understand. Let's talk about the specific forces first. Suppose your investors have stopped investing in your company, in your business. Then what is that affecting you? That is affecting you how? Directly only. You're feeling the effect directly because your investors have stopped investing in your business, isn't it? Now think that there has been a technological change in the environment. Okay, earlier a particular type of technology was used, but now some kind of invention is there and a new and a better technology has been invented, and everyone is now using or wanting to use that particular technology. Now you don't have that technology with you presently, so your business would be affected. No longer your customers will purchase your products with the old technology, isn't it? So how are you affected by that technological change? Indirectly. Indirectly, that technological change is affecting your business. Why? Because you are still now operating with the old technology. In case you do not change your technology, you will be hit by your customers, right? So over here, just try to understand that specific forces have their effect, have their influence very to the point, appropriately, directly on the company or on the business. But what about the general forces? These general forces will also affect your business, but in an indirect way. Clear to you or no? Okay. Next point says interrelatedness. Now what is interrelatedness means? Interrelatedness means the different elements or the different factors of the business environment, they are closely related. Now you cannot very specifically differentiate between them. They all are interrelated. For example, see, if there has been an increase in the healthcare, then automatically the demand for organic food and roasted snacks will rise. You are understanding? Healthcare is a part of your health services, and organic food and this production is a total separate thing. But they all belong to the business environment. And see how they are interrelated. Effect of one will affect another. Isn't it? Now you can put one more example, that because of this awareness of the healthcare, isn't it? People are purchasing sugar-free products or the products which will not affect their diet in a wrong way. You are understanding? The meaning to say this is that all the factors, all the forces which is surrounding the business, they all are interrelated to each other. You cannot say that institution is separate from the customers and customers are not related to the Investors are not related to the suppliers are not related to the government. These names which I just took, they all are surrounding the business and they all are interrelated. Clear? Next is dynamic. Dynamic means it keeps on changing with the change in technology. If your technology changes, if the fashion and the taste and preference of the customers change, automatically the business environment will also change. Okay, simple point. Next one is uncertainty. Why uncertainty? Because what future environmental changes will happen in my environment, that is very difficult to predict. Today there is a particular government, tomorrow there is somebody else. Investors can change, the suppliers can change, the taste and preferences of the customers can change, some social laws can change, some technology can change, some economic changes can be there in the country. Okay, so these factors which are there around the business, it is very difficult to predict what kind of change will it bring. Understood? Especially the problem lies there because these changes are taking place too frequently. Just take one simple example. Taste and preferences of the customers or demand of the customers. It changes so frequently, isn't it? So it is very difficult to predict the happening, that how will it change. Understood? Uncertainty. Now next one, complexity. Complexity, why? The business is complex. It is easy to understand in parts, but it is difficult to understand in totality. It is difficult to know how a change will influence the business environment. Now, why is business environment said to be complex? Understand. See, if I talk about one factors at once, okay, I will be able to understand. Acha, technology, okay, now this technology has come. Okay, customers, now they are demanding more of that product presently. But if I talk about them in parts, if I talk about them in pieces separately, I will be able to understand more or less each and every factor, each and every force. Clear? But if I want to understand everything in totality, it will be a total mess, because it is very difficult to understand how the changes will influence the business environment. Suppose take a simple example. There has been a technological change. Clear? Now that technological change will definitely change the taste and preferences of the customers. It's very obvious that the customers will prefer to purchase the goods which have the latest technology, isn't it? But how much? How will it influence? At what frequency? At what degree? And just think, I'm talking about two factors with you now. I'm just talking about the technology, I'm just talking about the society, means the customers. Just think in reality how many factors are there, and if I sit down to calculate and analyze those factors, how complex it would be for anyone to understand them in totality, isn't it? So it is very difficult to know that what changes will be there in the business environment, how will it influence my business, what effect will it have. Clear? That is why business environment is very complex. And the last point says business environment is a relative concept. Now relative concept means it differs from country to country, it differs from place to place. Simple, you understand, if there is a demand for sari, talk about sari that the women wear, that sari, where will it have the highest demand? In India, in China, or in France? Where? It will have the highest in India and maybe the least in France. Yes or no? That means the business environment and its impact differs from country to country. Now understand, I talked about sari. So sari, suppose we are manufacturing it from cotton, and badly the cotton industry has been affected by, take for some X reason, the cotton industry has been badly affected. So through cotton we make sari, and sari is has its highest users in India. So where will the effect of the cotton industry will be felt the most? It will be felt in India, because in India people use cotton for sari making. isn't it? And where will it be felt the least? It would be felt the least in France. Clear? That is why it is said that the business environment is a relative concept. With what frequency it will affect, that we don't know. Just simply I explained you a bad of the cotton industry. That cotton industry is affecting India. Why? In India most of them wear cotton sarees, and that bad of the cotton industry will affect the least in France, because in France they wear no cotton sarees. Clear? So these were the features that we understood about the business environment. Now let us start with our discussion with the another topic, that is importance of business environment. Now as you can see, the first point is identification of opportunities to get the first mover advantage. Now what is that? First let us understand what is the meaning of first mover advantage. Out of the same competitors, who is the one who takes the lead? Who is the one who takes the first step in order to do something new? By identifying the opportunities, it does something new and it flourishes in the market. Okay, so let's read it. Understanding of the business environment helps the organization in identifying advantageous opportunities. So first the company has to identify the opportunity, and once it understands the market opportunity, what it does, if it does something new, and that also at first, it will be a champion. It will get lots and lots of benefit, more than its competitors, because till now its competitors have not started that. So even if they will copy it, it will take some time, isn't it? By that time, the company who has worked on it first will reap all the profits. I'll make you understand with another example. Maruti Udyog, okay, it became the leader in the small car market because Maruti Udyog understood that there is a need for small cars. People do not want to have always luxury cars, right? There is a section of the society for whom I start making these small cars, it would be good for them. It will be good for the middle class population of India. This idea came to Maruti Udyog. It started production of its small cars, and then see what boom it was. It took the first mover advantage. It identified the opportunities, worked on it, did something innovative or did something different from that of its competitors, and it enjoyed the profit. So how was Maruti Udyog able to do that? Because it had properly visualized its business environment. It had properly observed, or if you say it has properly scanned its business environment, understood the problems, understood the opportunities, and then framed a idea about that. Clear? So that is why business environment is so important, because it helps you to identify your opportunities, and if possible you can take the first mover advantage. Next one, threats. Now as business environment helps to identify the opportunities, it also helps to identify the threat, isn't it? Suppose there is a company who is manufacturing a pen, normal pen that we use. Clear? Now it gets to hear from someone that a foreign company is coming to India, and he is, or that company is manufacturing such a type of pen which will require no refill, at least for 5 years. You purchase once, you would be able to write with it 5 years. It has such a refill capacity, and moreover it is very lightweight also. Could be just example, you understand. So this Indian company will be afraid ki, arey, now who will purchase my pens, because within 1 week or maybe 1 month, if we write regularly, the pen ink goes. So that way, if they properly scan the business, even the businesses will able to understand the threats also, the upcoming threats for the business, and then it will start to prepare them against those threats, how to deal with it. Clear? See, correct knowledge of business environment helps an organization to identify those threats which may adversely affect its operations. For example, Bajaj Auto made considerable improvements in its two-wheelers when Honda and other companies entered in the auto industry. Okay, So actually Honda had a better technology. So when Bajaj Auto saw that Honda is going to enter India, what did it do? It started improving its two-wheelers also, so that it becomes compatible when compared to Honda, right? Next one, tapping useful resources. Now business environment makes available resources such as labors, capital available to the business firm. Now in order to know the availability of the resources and making them available at a proper price, the knowledge of the business environment is necessary. Now what is this trying to say? This point is trying to say that the environment is a you can say bank for all types of resources, and the businesses require those resources. So they need to continuously scan or continuously analyze their business environment, so that whichever types of resources are required for them, they go and then take it at proper time and also at a proper economical price. Clear? Next one, coping with rapid changes. Now if there are any changes in the business environment, as we know that it is dynamic, so to make itself adaptable to the business environment, to the changes that will happen in business environment, we need to have an idea about the business environment. If we don't study, if we don't analyze the business environment, we'll be able to understand that what are the upcoming changes or what could be the upcoming changes. And if we don't understand the changes, can we prepare ourselves to face those changes? No, we will not be prepared. So in order to prepare ourselves, in order to make ourselves ready, we need to continuously scan the business environment and understand that what changes can take place, and if it takes place, how can I deal with it? Clear? And the last point says assistance in planning and policy formulation. That means whatever changes are there in the business environment, according to that I have to plan myself, I have to make policies according to that. See the example, your point would be clear to you. ITC Hotels planned new hotels in India after observing boom in the tourism sector. So what did ITC do? It actually scanned its environment properly, and it saw that there are chances of the tourism sector going up. So that is why ITC started opening hotels in India, and it opened a new sector for itself, that is the tourism sector. So what did it do? It understood, analyzed the business environment, and according to that it planned something for itself. They made policies for themselves. Clear? So business environment also helps in future planning and formation of policies for the business. Clear to you? Next point says helps in improving performance. Now this is very obvious. If you continuously scan your environment, if you are in continuous analysis of your environment, you will understand how to approach it, how to move further, and definitely it will help to improve the performance of that business also. Clear? So that was all related to the importance of business environment. Now let us come down to the components of business environment, or you can say the dimensions. So there are 5 dimensions. The first one is economic, then social, technological, political and legal. So these 5 components forms the total business environment. So it has been segregated for you to understand. Let us read the first point. It says economic environment. Now what happens in economic environment? See, it has immediate or direct economic impact on the business. So these factors will actually help you in solving the case studies. So wherever you see that a particular change is putting an impact on the economy of the business, just understand that somewhat it is related to the economic environment. Now what constitutes the economic environment? See, rate of interest, like bank has increased or decreased the rate of interest. Inflation rate, the inflation rate has gone up or down. Change in income of people, the monetary policy, price level. Okay, are some of the economic factors which could affect the business of the firm. Clear? The economic environment may offer opportunities to a firm or it may put constraints. Now this is common for each and every component. Every component will either bring an opportunity or it will bring some constraint or restriction. It's not that it's about only economic environment, even for social, technological, legal and political. They both can have, or they all can have, opportunities as well as constraints. Clear? So you understood what comes under economic environment. Wherever in case studies you see these things written, just understand it is economic environment. Clear? Coming to social. It includes customs, beliefs, literacy rate, educational level, lifestyle or values of the people. Understood? Now, changes in the social environment affect an organization in the long run. Nowadays, people are paying more attention towards their health. Now, see people. Whenever you see people, it forms a part of the society. So, social environment. Learn to pick hints from these words, right? Okay. As a result of which, the demand for mineral water and coke diet has increased. And fatty foods and tobacco, the demand has gone down. So we are talking over here about the consumers. Consumers is people. People belong to society. So we are hitting on social environment. Clear? Any kind of customs, beliefs, educational level we are talking about, that forms a part of the social environment. Next one, technological environment. Now it provides new and advanced ways of techniques of production. A businessman closely monitors the technological changes taking place in the industry, as it helps facing the competition and improving the quality of the product. Clear? See, earlier there were digital watches, now there are traditional watches. So don't you think this is a technological change? Instead of booking tickets, actually going to the station, booking office, booking the tickets, nowadays we have online booking. So don't you think it's a technological change? Okay, understood technological change? Now, political environment. Political environment means anything related to the political instability, law and order, that is all related to political environment. Any kind of business we are talking about, any government we are talking about, okay, that is actually referred to as the political environment. Understand one thing, कि actually the operations of a business, you agree or you don't agree, they are somewhat affected by the politics or political environment. For example, there may be some businesses who are unable to operate just because of the threat of law and orders, okay, political unrest in the country, right? So if everything in terms of politics or political environment is cool, then it brings confidence among the people. Okay, people also, the society, they will also feel that okay, there is no political tension going on in the country, I can invest in long-term projects for the growth of the economy. But just imagine if there is a state of emergency in our country. Do you think the businesses will be able to operate smoothly? Do you think the people will keep their money invested in the business? No. So these things can have negative impacts as well. Okay. Now moving on to the last environment, that says legal environment. Now legal environment consists what? Consists the orders passed by the government, the court judgments, decision of any commission or agencies. Like it is a rule that in advertisement you cannot promote any alcoholic product, and also if you are promoting any cigarette or you are putting any advertisement, you have to give a warning. You have seen this on television, you have seen on the packets also, they give a statutory warning. Why? Because this is a rule passed by the government, a rule passed by the court that you cannot do so. Clear? So it is compulsory for the management of every business to obey the law, right? Cigarette smoking is injurious to health, right? Advertisement of alcoholic beverages is prohibited. So these are certain rules. If you want to operate in the business environment, you have to abide by these rules, right?